So it's Sunday. I'm going to do a oil change on my truck. I have a 2015 Ford F-150, and it's about time for a service. So gonna do the oil change on that. So I'm gonna get it pulled over here up on the ramps and get started. Hey, Reds. Okay, so I'm just waiting for the oil to finish draining out. I just cracked the filter, so that way I can loosen it with my hand, and I'm just gonna lay here a couple minutes and wait for this to drain out. Alright, so got everything finished up, checked the other fluids, everything looked good. So I'm going to bring it back down and park it, and then I'm going to let it sit and do the windshield wipers, and then I'll check the oil. Alright, so we got the oil change done, and we got the new windshield wipers on. I'm just going to check the oil here in a few minutes. And that's it for tonight. This week we're going to be doing some more stuff over at Mom and Dad's with pruning and getting some other plants ready. Hey guys, this week has been really wet and rained a lot, so I didn't get anything done in the fields, but got some stuff done in the greenhouse, and now I'm here and Dad's still pruning trees, so we're gonna go up and keep working at that. How old do you think, how old are these trees here?
Put these trees in 2007.
2007. So they're like 14 years old?
About that.
Okay, so these are the apricot trees, and you can see that they're in full bloom. So it's March 27th, so something that we worry about every year is when it gets warmed up earlier, like February, March, some years, seems like each year it might get a little earlier. You see the bees at work. But something we worry about is when you get a couple warm days and turns into a couple weeks where it's warmed up, that makes the trees bloom early, which would be fine if it didn't cool back down again. The problem is once the blooms are there, if we get a late frost, that's it for the crop pretty much. That will wipe out the crop for that tree for that season. So there's not much that we can really do about the weather, but in years past, Dad has had to stay up here overnight with burning barrels to try to keep it warm around the trees, and he's had to stay out here all night doing that. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I know next week it's supposed to get cool again in the evening. We're hoping that the peach trees hold off on blooming for a couple more weeks, so that way we don't have to worry about this as much. So we'll definitely check back in a couple weeks to look at these trees again, and look at the apricots and peaches and see what's blooming, and if it does or does not frost. Hopefully it doesn't, but look out for an update on that. So everybody likes when it gets warm early, but you have to think about your farmers, your local farmers and orchards. You know, that can really cause a lot of problems for their harvest. Is this ladder OSHA approved?
Yep.
Dad said on Friday it was real windy, so he didn't feel like being up in the trees pruning, so he decided to run the new tiller through here. If you remember in the last video or 2 videos ago, there was footage of him plowing this section. So he didn't disc, he just tilled, and it worked up really nice, so he's not going to have to disc over here. Are you going to till it again before we lay plastic?
I gotta put fertilizer on, then I'll probably run the tiller through it again.
Fertilize and then run tiller through it again?
But it's worked up nice.
Now, is this just one time through it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's really nice. So over there, it's still just how it was when he plowed, so you can see the difference between this being all nice and that's still got a lot of clumps in it over there. But it did a good job. Alright, so that's it for this week's video. Right now it's just kind of depending on the weather, on whether we're working in the greenhouse or in the field. We're probably going to start doing some more videos about some of the tractors here soon. We're going to be using Dad's 686 to lay plastic, so that'll probably be like maybe next month. Well, it's April now, the next couple weeks. And then Steve and I have a 966 we're going to do a video on. I would like to do a video on Dad's New Holland, the Workmaster 75. So let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to see. We have some other tractors and equipment, but in the next couple weeks we're going to be finishing tilling. You saw that Dad was able to till, he didn't need to disc, and it worked up really nicely. Some spots he'll probably disc. It just depends on each different section is a little bit different. We got a lot of red clay, and then on the other side of the creek's more like a silt, not exactly the same soil. It's a little bit finer. So Dad tilled some over there and it worked up really nice too, which I was surprised because we're not over there as much. I expected that ground to be a little bit more rougher to work with, but it wasn't. But that's because it's a little bit more like silt, not as much clay. Doesn't clump up so bad. But thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe, ring the bell, share our videos, leave a comment if you have any questions about anything or if there's anything that you'd like to see. And then on April 3rd, I'm going to be at Strohmer's farm. They have an Easter egg hunt there for kids, and then they have their meat shack, and I'm going to be there with some flowers and herbs and some cold crops. So come see me April 3rd. I'll be there from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find them on Facebook. I will link their Facebook and our social media in the video description below. So thank you guys for watching. Have a good week. Can you say like this video and subscribe to our channel? Can you say bye?